well. That's part of it. What if you wanted to study animals, right? What if you wanted to study giraffes?
You could draw one.
Right? You could draw one, but you go out and you study giraffes. What do you study?
Giraffes.
How?
By observing
By observing what?
where they live and what they eat.
Okay, what they eat. That's really important, yeah? Yes?
How they survive.
That's okay. You can let him look. Yep, that's right. So you want to observe a lot of different things. Did you guys know another way that you can learn about animals?
Internet.
You can learn about animals by studying their skulls.
A mouse.
So right off the bat, what do you guys notice about the skull? Just tell me, what are some of the observations you see? It has teeth, that's a good one. What else?
You can see the inside of his nose.
Yeah, you can see the inside of where his nose was, absolutely. What else? Yeah, definitely hard. Anything else you guys notice right off the bat?
It has eyes.
It does have eye holes, yeah. Are they big or small? They're doing all right, yeah. Not huge, not tiny. All right, anything else you guys notice?
Their jaws.
Where its brain is.
Yeah, that hole where its brain is. Big as ours?
No.
Not as big as ours. All right, so that's really good. That's something to notice right off the bat. There's so much more, though, that you can learn from just looking at a skull. All right, the first thing you can learn by looking at a skull is how big the animal was. How big was the animal?
Smaller than me.
But you can get more specific than that. And the way you can do that is you can measure the skull. So somebody tell me in centimeters, which is the little side. Who wants to do it for me? You do it for me? Measure how big is the skull?
17 and a half.
Okay, 17 and a half. Everybody under that first box, right there, write 17 and a half. All right.
17.5.
That's right, 17.5. Now, if you take that number and you multiply it by 5, you can get about how long the animal is. So you guys do your quick math, do your multiplication, and the first person to come up with the answer, go ahead and raise it. That's okay. All right, the first person to get the answer, go ahead. 85?
87.5.
Okay, 87.5, is that right? You guys got it? So this animal is about 87.5 centimeters. So that is this, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's about from the start of this ruler to where my hand is. Is that a big animal? Yeah? I mean, is it a cat? Is it a mouse? No. So we know right off the bat, just from this skull, that it's bigger than that, don't we? We'll find out. All right. So then you guys can go ahead and write. Did you guys go ahead and write what it was, what the full length was there next to it? Did you write 87.5?
87.
Awesome. So the next thing we're going to look at is whether it's a predator or prey. And no, we're not going to look at the teeth. We're going to look at the eyes. How would the eyes tell us if something's a predator or a prey?
Predator.
Big could help. There's a really easy way to tell. All right. I want you guys to repeat after me. Eyes in front.
Eyes in front.
Likes to hunt.
Likes to hunt.
Eyes on the side.
Eyes on the side.
Likes to hide.
Likes to hide.
Thank you for repeating after me. That's right. Eyes in front, likes to hunt. Eyes on the side, likes to hide. So I want you guys to think about your predator animals. Think about your tiger. Are the eyes on the side or on the front? On the front. Think about a hawk. Eyes on the side or on the front? Think about a horse. Eyes on the side or in the front? On the side. Think about a mouse. Eyes on the side or the front? Side. Awesome. That's right. Now let's look at this guy. Eyes in the front or eyes in the side? If we take a pencil and we stuck it right in the middle of his eye, which you probably heard if it was live, is it more towards the front or is it more towards the side? Is it like this? No. Or is it like this? Which is it closer to?
The side.
The front.
The front.
The side.
What do you guys think? Thumbs up if you think the front, thumbs down if you think the side. Let's see, it's pretty close, but it looks like Nick has no idea. All right, now this is really hard because it's not always going to be easy, but this one is more towards the front. And the best way you can think about it is if this animal had eyes on the side and you stuck a pencil in it, it would look like that. But if you stick it right in the center, it's like that. So it's more towards the front, right? Now if it was way in the front, that big nose of it would get in the way. So it's not going to be like the animals that are right in front, like a hawk, because the hawk doesn't have a big nose. No. All right, so is this a predator or a prey?
Predator.
Predator. So you guys can all write in the next box, predator. Good. All right, next we're going to look at the teeth. And these teeth are going to tell us whether it is an herbivore, an omnivore, or a carnivore. So somebody reminds me, what is an herbivore? Plants. Yeah, and omnivore is what? Omnivore is meat and plants. So if it's an herbivore, herb means plant, then what does it eat? Plants. That's right. Can you guys give me an example of an herbivore?
Us.
We only eat plants?
Herbivore? Rabbits.
Rabbits. That's a perfect one. That's right.
I've seen a rabbit.
Now an omnivore, like we said, eats what?
Meat, cheese,
And
plants.
meat and plants. That's right. It eats both meat and plants. Can you guys think of an omnivore?
Us.
Us.
No, I'm a carnivore.
Humans are made to be omnivores. Some don't eat meat. Some don't eat plants.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Eric's
Yes, she's an herbivore.
I
That's
am.
Right. But most humans are. Okay, can you guys think of another animal that's an omnivore? I'll give you a really good example. It's huge and it's fat and it lives in the mountains.
Mountain lion.
No.
Bear.
Bear. That's right. And bear. Those are omnivores. 'Cause
They eat leaves.
they love to eat berries and stuff like that. Yep. Mhm.
And an elephant.
And then we have elephants are herbivores.
Oh, I thought that was the question. Oops.
Yep, what's the last one? We talked about herbivores. We talked about omnivores. Carnivores, like Nick. That's right. Now, carnivores eat what?
Vultures.
They eat meat. That's right. A lot of birds are carnivores, like vultures, like hawks and owls. That's right.
Robins.
Can you guys think of any other carnivores? Tigers, perfect example of a carnivore. They don't want any of those berries. They don't want any of that.
robin?
Robins, they can eat meat. They like the worms, right?
Nix.
Yep. Cool.
Nix are carnivores.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. So, how do we know what kind of animal this is? Just on the teeth. How do we know if it's an herbivore, an omnivore, or a carnivore? Well, the first thing we're going to look at is these things right here. Does anybody know what those are called?
Teeth.
They are called canine teeth. Can you guys say canines? Canines. They're called canine teeth.
Dogs.
These canine teeth are made for tearing and ripping meat. They are tearing and ripping.
Not paper?
Well, I don't think he wants to eat paper.
Yeah, dog does.
Well, your dog is domestic and probably anything, right? Yep. Eat your homework, nice. That's right. They are made for tearing and ripping meat. So who do you think has carnivore teeth?
Me.
Tigers.
Or who do you think
Vultures.
has canine teeth?
Dogs.
Carnivores, right? But who else has canine teeth? Who else eats meat other than carnivores?
Dogs.
Omnivores. So if it's a carnivore or an omnivore, is it going to have canine teeth? What about if it's an herbivore? Is it going to have canine teeth? No. So question, do we have canine teeth?
Yeah.
Feel those teeth. Do we have canine teeth?
Yes.
We do. Are they as sharp and pointy as this animal?
No.
No, but we still have them because guess what? If we were herbivores and we didn't have canine teeth, we would have a big gap there.
And I would die.
Think about horses. Have you guys ever seen a horse open its mouth? It
Yeah.
has teeth in the front and there's a big gap right there, doesn't it? Yeah, that's because horses are herbivores. Right? So question. The next thing, so the next thing we look at is not just the canine teeth, we look at the molars. Everybody feel your tongue, feel your molars. Back of the teeth, back things. These molars, our molars, are made for what?
Chewing.
Chewing. That's right. Animals that eat plants have nice, broad, flat molars for chewing. What about animals that don't eat plants?
They just swallow them whole. They just swallow them whole.
They will. They'll swallow chunks
Like
of meat
vultures.
whole. And they don't need broad, flat molars for chewing. So they're going to have more sharp teeth for that ripping of the meat. So if an animal has sharp back molars, then what kind of eater is it?
Carnivore.
Carnivore, that's right. If it has broad molars, what kind of eater is it? Omnivore or herbivore? So let's look at this guy. All right.
Omnivore.
What do you guys think? Everybody look. Okay, definitely has those canine teeth, so what can we automatically roll out? Carnivore. So is it an omnivore or an herbivore? Let's look at those back teeth.
the back teeth.
Let's look at these back teeth back here. What do you guys think?
It's killing me.
Are they flat and wide, or are they sharp and skinny?
They're sharp and
What about
wide.
these very back ones?
No. Sharp and
What do you think? Flat? So what do you think? Omnivore. She's so right. So I want you guys to write in that next square. Omnivore.
What's wrong with these things?
So we know a lot about this skull already, don't we? All right. So the next thing, guys, Maisie, it doesn't matter right now. I promise you, it's not gonna go anywhere. So the next thing we're gonna look at, guys, we're gonna look at what kind of bite this animal has. So is it a strong bite or a weak bite? Well, what about us? Do we have a strong bite or a weak bite?
My cousin has
Middle. We don't have that strong a bite, and I'll tell you why. Because we don't have a sagittal crest. If we had a strong bite, we would have a ridge on top of our skull, and our jaw muscles would be attached up here. So when everybody put your hands on your mouth, and I want you to chew. Can you feel your jaw muscles? Yeah.
Sort of.
Now put your hands on top of your head and chew again. Does it feel the same? No. If we had a sagittal crest, it would feel exactly the
Do
same.
it again, Martha.
Just like that.
It feels the same.
Yeah. Well, then you must have a sagittal crest. No. So here, this is the perfect example of a sagittal. This is the perfect example of a sagittal crest. Do you guys see that? So if this animal was alive and had jaw muscles, its jaws would come up and attach right there. And that would give it a stronger bite. So do you guys think this guy has a strong bite?
Yeah.
Like my cousin.
He definitely does because he has that sagittal crest. You guys can go ahead and write strong bite in the next one. Strong bite. All right.
If you're jealous, your heart's probably not here.
So the next thing we're going to look at, can you guys believe how much we've already figured out about the skull? More than we talked about at the beginning, huh? So the next thing we're going to look at is how it walks. Now, I know you guys are looking at the skull, like how on earth can we tell how this animal walks?
It's
Just
going
by
to be
looking
coming
at the
up
skull.
my head.
You're so smart, Nick. High five. Or you can give me a high one like crazy. Okay. That's right. We are going to look at this. What is this? What is this hole?
It's a hole.
What's the hole?
Spine.
It's where the spine went. And it tells us a lot about the animal. So if you take this ruler and you put it against the spine, you can see what direction the spine went out of the back. All right, and that tells us a lot.
It was a 4 feet.
If the spine goes straight back like this, what do you guys think? How do you think it goes? Straight back. Think about animals that go straight back.
A dog.
Swimmer.
Swim or crawl or what else?
Slither.
Slither, that's right. So your snakes, your lizards, your sharks, yes, they're going to have that spine that goes straight back because it swims, slithers, or crawls. Now, if it goes straight down,
Two-legged.
2 legs, how do you think ours are? Just like this.
We
That's
can
right.
swim.
Yeah, we can, but we're not made just for swimming, are we? Yep. Do you guys think of any other animals where the spinal column would go like this? Yeah. What about
Penguins.
birds? A lot of birds. We like the ostrich. Yep, a lot of birds are going to have this. Now, what if the animal goes at an angle?
It's a dog. Swimmy.
4-legged. That means it goes on 4 legs.
So can it also go on 2 feet?
Maybe occasionally, but that means that we can crawl on 4 legs, but we're made to walk on. We're made to walk on 2. So this is what it's most likely to be. So what is this guy? How does he move? 4 legs? Everybody agree? All right, awesome. Everybody write 4 legs. It moves on 4 legs.
Bees.
Mhm.
W.
All right. So now here's the fun part. You guys are going to hypothesize what this animal is. All right, and you guys can talk to your partners. We'll have you two, and you two work together. Okay? Does that work?
Yeah, we've got 3.
All right. So you guys are going to talk to your partners. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to come up with 3 hypotheses, educated guesses as to what this animal is based on all of the facts you already
It's a penguin.
figured out. All the facts.
It's 4 legs.
All right. 2 minutes. Ready to go.
A dog.
Write it down. Where's this hypothesis?
Help me.
Write down your hypotheses.
A cat.
Dog.
Dog.
Cat.
Dog.
It's a midget.
Can it be a baby?
It could be like.
It can, but it's not. It's full grown.
Dog.
All of the animals you'll see today are full grown skulls.
This is one you could say, or you could say another one.
Hypotheses.
A lion.
You guys all done?
Alright, 20 seconds.
Oh, wait, we answered a 3?
Yep.
I did a 4.
That 4 is good. More is better than less.
I did W.
5 is good too. Alright. Now I want you guys to raise your hands and tell me some of your answers. What were some of your hypotheses? Yeah, what do you have? Lion. Okay. What do you have?
Cat.
Cat. Okay, what do you have? Wolf. Okay. What do you have, Macy?
Dog.
Dog. Fox.
A zebra is a prey.
Zebra is a prey. You're right. Good. All right. So those are some really
A leopard.
awesome answers. Leopard. Really awesome
Lizard.
answers. Now here's a rule of thumb about cats that I'm going to teach you guys. Cats are carnivores. Cats do not like to eat anything but meat.
The cat. That's.
There are exceptions, but yeah, so your animals like your jaguars and your lions and tigers, they are carnivores. So we already determined that this is an omnivore, right? So you guys think it's a cat? No. No. But I heard some awesome answers. I heard fox, I heard dog, I heard wolf. You guys are all
How about lion?
super duper close. I want you guys to write the answer in the last column. Don't erase your other ones. Write the answer. It is a coyote. Coyote.
Fox, wolf, coyote, same thing.
Not the same thing, but very related. You're good. You guys were super close. Great job.
Yeah, I agree.
Wait,
I'm
how?
just saying for the ones that you said.
It is a coyote.
Nick doesn't know how to spell coyote.
That's okay.
It tells you back here.
Yeah, it does.
I almost spelled
So did you guys fill out all of the spaces on that line, or did you leave one blank? All of them? You sure?
I left
What
one
about the
blank.
first one?
One blank.
No.
One blank. Now this is the most important thing about science. If you guys look at a bunch of different skulls,
Skull number 72.
and you write down all the answers, and then someone else goes and looks at all your answers, how are they going to know which skull you were talking about when?
They don't.
They don't. Well, if they're smart. All right, and that's because you ID it. And what's the letter on this one? D. So under skull number, it's actually a letter. You guys can write D, so you know. D.
Is it a D on a dinosaur?
You came up with coyote. So now we're going to do this with a few other skulls. You guys ready?
Yep.
All right, we're going to do this.
It's a shark.
But we're not going to do it as a group. We're going to do it in your partners. All right, so you two, and you two. Hold on. I'm going to pass you guys a skull, and you guys are going to do exactly what we just did, but in your partner. Okay, you guys ready?
Yep.
All right, let's give you guys this one.
The smallest one.
Let's give you guys this one. That's okay. Let's give you guys, and be careful with the skulls, please. Try not to
Oh,
break.
those things are so cool.
There you go. And so remember, you're going to start, the first thing you're going to do is write down what the letter is on the back.
Why doesn't this have a
That's okay. You can still figure it out.
W.
Now you guys have a ruler, and you have a little cheat sheet.
Plastic.
It is a bone clone. It is a fake. There is one that's real, and I'll tell you which one is real afterwards. But right now, you guys are going to go ahead and go through. The first thing you're going to do is write the letter.
Why is this string here?
The next thing, don't worry about it. The next thing you're going to do, 55. Yep, is write how long it is. How many centimeters
It's like,
is it?
wait, yeah.
Which of the
This
centimeters?
side. No, wait. Here we are.
You can turn it off. Okay. It's
Four
very
naked
close.
creatures after this?
Yeah, that's a pretty big predator.
Well, what's this?
That's the one we're probably not going to do.
That is B. Yeah, B. Is that a fake coyote though? I say mouse. Rat and ferrets. Christmas. I knew it. The two that we've had already.
Are you working on this?
A mole rat?
Can we
Is
separate
Is that your guess?
Can we separate them?
Here, explain to me why you think that's a mole rat.
If it bit me right here, it wouldn't hurt so bad.
So far,
Well,
it's
might be a more because they can be found in Arizona.
If it bit me right here, it wouldn't hit that
I
bad.
didn't know that.
It bit me right here,
That's
it
cool.
wouldn't hit that bad. Here.
Did you find out if it's a predator or prey?
Here, probably.
Predator?
Here.
Great.
Prey? What else did you? How long?
I don't get hurt. I think you just called this.
Oh, I honestly don't know the answers.
What did you guys come up with, predator or prey?
Right.
How long is its body?
Now we have one more skull to go over. This little guy, skull number E.
All I had was a camel.
All right, first of all, let's look at this. Predator or prey? Thumbs up for predator, thumbs down for prey.
Both.
Now, you said both. Could an animal be both predator and prey?
Yes, it could.
Absolutely could be both predator and prey. You're totally right. And I'll give you guys a hint. This guy is both a predator and a prey. And this guy can be... This guy can...
It's a rat, isn't it?
Alright, this guy can be found here in Arizona. Alright, carnivore, omnivore, herbivore. Carnivore, omnivore, herbivore. Make sure me a best. Carnivore, omnivore, herbivore. It is a carnivore.
Yay, my
That's right. This
thumb's
guy
happy.
does eat lots of meat. He's a little guy, but he eats meat. I'll go ahead and tell you what his favorite food is. You guys want to know?
Yeah.
His favorite food is prairie dogs.
He's a muskrat.
What? Does this little guy look big enough to hunt prairie dogs?
Yes.
He is an excellent prairie dog hunter. So, any
He's a
hypotheses?
prairie dog.
Hypotheses as to what he is.
A snake.
Okay.
A muskrat.
What do you guys write?
A rat.
Rat, snake, anything else?
A ferret.
What? Mouse. The one that looks like
Lazy mouse.
That looks like a dog?
No.
Like a prairie dog?
Amazing mouse.
Or mouse? Okay. Now, Nick.
Yes.
It is a black-footed ferret. That's right. Black-footed
Were
ferret.
you right?
Yeah.
Yep, and these little guys do eat lots and lots of prairie dogs.
You did.
I copied you.
You copy it.
Alright, good job, guys.
A ferret.
So, now I have a question. Why
Sorry for Catherine.
do you guys hear... Shh, Nick. Why do you guys think it would be important